Hey, my name is Mark Harvey. In this video, we're going to talk about Article 4. What is it and how do I get a property, or even should I be getting a property in an Article 4 area? Article 4. What is Article 4? I just brought it up on my laptop just to get the official thing, then I'm going to explain it in layman's terms. So what is Article 4? It is a direction that limits the works that can be carried out without needing planning, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. Let me give you the basic, simple English version of it. What it is, in councils, they'll have something called Article 4, yeah, which means you're not able to go and just change the use of a property without going through specifically the planning department. Now, normally where this comes into play in investing, property investing, is when people want to do something called a HMO. Now, if you don't know what HMO is, go check out this video, but it's a house of multiple occupancy. So tells me if you've clicked on this video, you probably already know what that is though anyway. So Article 4. So it just means that the place has become very populated with this type of building. Now the council wants to limit the amount of buildings that are on the streets or in that particular area for a given postcode. So how they limit it, they put this Article 4 in place. Now what they'll do is they'll have a specific threshold, like a percentage of housing that can be turned into C4, which is a HMO, so from a C3 residential to a C4, and from there the councils will say, hey, yeah, no more in this particular area. In the first 2 years of starting out investing, HMOs was a strong strategy of mine. So like 9 applications we got through with 100% record within that first 2 years time period. And let's face it, at that point, I didn't really even know what I was doing. And I didn't refine the process that we've teach hundreds of people to do today, who have then gone on to do amazing property deals in Article 4 areas where the value is a lot higher. But let me give you example. So I take 2 6-bed HMOs, one in an Article 4 and one not in an Article 4. So we had one that was revalued about £310,000. Now I just need to give you a bit more context on the value of this, because this one was really spacious. It was actually 3 flats initially that we'd then turned into 6 rooms, 6 double ensuite rooms, which was generating, I just need to work out very quickly, 35. So this one was 310,000 and it was generating about £36,000. Yeah, so this one is generating more money. Now the one inside the Article 4 was a lot smaller, so the rents were less, and it was generating about £30,000 a year, but yet still this value of this property was 350,000. You can see quite a big difference, because I'm not doing like for like either. This is a smaller property, and it's generating less income as well. So you can still see it's not just £40,000 different just because one is in Article 4 and one is not in Article 4. So what is great about this is they hold their value, they go up in value massively. I had another one which we bought for £180,000. We got it through planning to be 7-bed HMO, and on the refinance we were able to get this at £460,000. Guys, that's going from 180 to 460 because it's in Article 4, because somebody cannot just buy the house, spend 100 or so thousand on it doing a conversion and it be a HMO. It's the licensing and it's the area and it's that change of use that gives you that value. Now, what does this mean? This means good and bad. Bad if you do not know what you are doing. And some people, they say stay away from Article 4 area, it's really complicated, you can buy a property to turn it into a HMO and you won't get it accepted, so you've got to lose money. Yeah, that's crazy. We have a 100% record of putting properties through an Article 4 in an Article 4 area. Now, what is this all about? Why would we want to do this? One is because the demand is very high. I already mentioned that before. So what does this mean? This means that your property is more valuable. Why? Because you cannot just, let's say you've got a HMO already on a street. Someone next to it cannot just buy it and turn it into that. Yeah, so this means it's more of a, you've created, or you've got a more niche product. So What you can do is you need a good planning agent, you need a good architect. Sometimes that could be the same person, it could be separate people. But you need someone who has a good relationship with those in the council. Why is that useful? Because we want to just simply go and ask for the public information. That's why it's called the public sector. We want to ask for, like, what is the threshold? What is the cut-off point percentage of HMOs or this type of building in this, on this street or in this area? Once I have that, I'll know if we're at that limit or not. So if it's 20% is the limit and we're only at 10%, so let's say, I'll just make it easy numbers, there's 100 houses, 20% can be, so that means 20 houses can be, but there's only 10 houses that are at the moment. It gives us scope for another 10 houses to be that in the area. So once this happens, we can be like, right, let's engage on this and start to put the planning application through to get this change of use. This is a very good idea to make sure that you have this criteria sorted before you start embarking on the purchasing process. So far, let me just summarize this, because I've said a lot here. Some people might be like, whoa, how do I make this happen? So the first thing is, we've got to find out, is the area you're looking to invest, is it Article 4 or not? That's the first thing you got to do. How can you work that out? Some councils, they have maps with specific areas of what is Article 4 and what is not. Others, you might have to ring them up, get talking to some people and figure that out on that basis. 2, the next thing you want to know is, okay, if it is an Article 4 area, what is the percentage threshold that they're going to cut off and say no more on this street or no more in this area? 3, once you've got that threshold, then what you want to do is say, well, how many are currently already there? This is going to tell you, is there scope to be able to do it or not? Next thing is to make sure that you have a good planning agent and a good architect. It could be the same person, they could do both, but at the very least you're going to need a planning agent, someone who gets properties through planning permission all of the time. They know the process, they know the people in the council. This is a very good idea to do that. It's easy for the council because they're used to working with these people, and it's easier for you because then you've got someone who has already been used to working with the council on who they are and how they operate. Another thing that people will say, or a good thing that you can do in Article 4 areas, is start building portfolios that are not currently Article 4, but there has already been talks and they're already making moves to make it an Article 4. One area in particular was Birmingham, so we had a lot of tribe members who were building portfolios, doing deal after deal after deal, because Article 4 was coming in. Now, because you've already started the process, or you already own it, or you're already renting it out, you get something called grandfather rights, which means automatically it is a licensable HMO and already has that change of use because the Article 4 directive is being brought in afterwards. So it's also another great way to get, boom, a quick step up in your the appreciation and the capital value of your portfolio. So this is just one little tiny thing that you can do to build and change your financial future forever. So until next time, make sure you subscribe to this channel. More tips coming to you thick and fast, and do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way you're going to discover your true potential.